Hi there, I'm Kelly Steinke. I'm the founder of Read Learning Educational Services and the creator of Silver Moon Spelling Rules. And we're here today because I've found that most teachers don't know how to teach spelling in a way that really builds a deep understanding of our English language. Without this knowledge base, it's difficult to teach spelling effectively, and students end up relying on memorization instead of learning and applying logical rules. When spelling's taught explicitly and systematically, it also improves reading. The spelling and reading connection is huge. This is why I've started a new blog series on how to effectively teach spelling generalizations or rules. And here joining me today, I have Kate Wagner. Hi, Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate Wagner. I am a dyslexia reading interventionist with Read Learning Services, as well as a remote learning coach. I have also begun blogging, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, so Kate's joining us because she's created our first blog in the series of blogs. And we're going to talk about a very commonly known rule, spelling rule called the FLOSS rule. In Silver Moon, though, we've taken this old tried and true rule and we've put a new twist on it. And the rule name is actually going to be Sam Loves Fried Zucchini. And this one was kind of a fun one to blog on, wasn't it, Kate?
Oh, it sure was, mostly because I love how we have a little character to draw on, Mr. Sam, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So it's been a very fun blog to create.
Yeah, Sam the zebra is super
Mhm.
cool. And basically what Silver Moon has done is we've taken the floss rule and we've given it a fresh face, a fresh name, and just added some pizzazz and some fun to it. Sam, as you saw in our image, is frying up some zucchini. And within that image, he's got some hidden picture clues, which helps kids remember what this rule is. And the rule is just this. It's at the end of a word that has one vowel, you double the letters F, L, S, or Z. And you'll notice in the name, we've got the S, the L, the F, and the Z. So there's some mnemonics embedded here as well. So, Kate, would you like to speak to the hidden clues in the picture?
Sure. The first thing I want to point out is after teaching based on the floss rule and based on Sam Loves Fried Zucchini, I love that Sam Loves Fried Zucchini also includes the letter Z in the title because the floss rule doesn't, and that makes it a little bit easier to remember. So if you look carefully in the picture on Sam's zucchini, he has some hidden F's, some hidden L's, S's, and Z's that are kind of fun hints to search and find for in this picture.
Yeah, it's also kind of fun because, this rule is really only applicable to words that are one syllable. And if you notice floating in the steam, you're going to find a hidden E. So, and I have that up on the blog screen too as well. That E is kind of floating above the zucchini to remind you that it's really for words that only have one syllable or one vowel. So Kate went ahead and she created this wonderful blog. It's located on the Silver Moon website at silvermoonspellingrules.com. And what we want to go through with you today are a couple activities that we've created to help teachers teach students more effectively and just to help instruction. So if you scroll down through our blog, you'll notice there's a couple links down here. And when I pop those open, we'll have Kate walk you through a couple of these activities.
So I had a lot of fun creating these activities, mostly because I felt like I was back in the classroom, the traditional classroom again as a special education teacher. I often found I was making my own worksheets and reproducibles as it was then. So it was a fun recall back to my former job. And if you look at the beginning of our set of resources, the first resource really focuses on memorizing that rule and the verbiage involved with that rule, giving a little word bank to students as they begin learning this rule. So it says, at the end of a word that has one vowel, double the letters F, L, S, and Z. And that's going to be kind of their resource, a student's resource card, so to speak. Underneath on the first worksheet, I wanted to make sure students really knew how to figure out how many syllables a word has based on the corresponding number of vowels. So one vowel by itself, one syllable. So that this is just a kind of a prepping activity for students at the bottom of this page.
Yeah, this was really great to have here because this rule is only applicable for words with one vowel.
Mhm.
So, and that would be why this rule is one of the very first ones in the instructional manual, because they are cumulative, and we'll of course build other rules on top of this one as we get into larger words.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes this rule gets overgeneralized if you don't teach it at the base level of one syllable, one vowel word to start off. The second page is our multisensory connections. So I am a firm believer that we don't just learn through our eyes, we learn through our ears, we learn through our tactile sense, and of course a lot of our students learn in those alternative ways as well, much stronger than they may just with a visual. So the multisensory page is really an interactive page that you would give to your student, and you would give them some of these words to spell using the Elkanon boxes on the bottom, and possibly, if that's part of the practice, tap out at the same time. So using that multisensory connection. So this is really more of a tracking sheet for instructor-student interaction.
Yeah, this is a great way to practice that letter sound correspondence too. And of course, you'll see that if you read through the directions and work with the manual, that you'll only put, the double letters at the end on one finger if your finger's spelling, or in one box if you're using the Elkanon boxes.
Good
Great,
point.
great activity.
And then the final activity, I kind of set this up for a traditional scaffolding method. So this would be the independent practice. The rule is reiterated at the top without the use of the word bank. So we're seeing if the student can recite the rule without assistance. And of course, at the bottom, the application part of the rule comes next. So the student is asked to go through really a thought process on paper. So they're asking themselves, is this word one syllable? What is the last letter? Is it F, L, S, or Z? And then finally, they give a final spelling of the letter where they would decide if they need to double the last letter or not. And then at the very end, this part took me longer than any of the other worksheets. I think at the very end, I have a funny little sentence that they will apply any of those FLOSS or Sam Loves Fried Zucchini words to at the bottom. So they would pull the words from that prior activity to create a sentence at the bottom.
That's fun. That's super fun. And I love too how we have the non-examples and the real examples in your word bank in the middle there, because kids do tend to overgeneralize sometimes, and they do need to see examples where the rule isn't applied. And I just love how formulaic this is, where you go through your series of questions and you're going to figure out your answer.
Exactly.
Well,
I love doing thought maps with students. So I think this is a good way to get it down from the metacognition onto the paper.
yeah, absolutely. Well, Kate, thank you for sharing these activities that you've created. There are also answer keys available. If we pop back into our blog here, which is at www.silvermoonspellingrules.com, you click on the blog tab at the top, you'll find the link to the reproducibles here in the blue, and then you'll also find the answer keys here right below. So just in case you need to check those answers. And of course, we're always here and available to support your teaching and learning if you need help as you work through Silver Moon spelling rules. And we thank you so much for watching our video today. Kate, did you have anything else to share?
No, just enjoy the blog, enjoy the free resources. Those don't come every day. And have a wonderful school year.
Okay, thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.